Welcome to the Risk Forever channel guys, channel which shares the most relevant tips and tricks on how to win at Risk, and improve your rank in no time. Subscribe to the channel and you won't even see how fast you will become so much better at Risk. Push that notification bell to see new videos first. This is your host ChampionEver. And today we are playing 4-player fixed card capital conquest game, on United States map. Settings, alliances on. Balance blitz dice rolls in 60 seconds per turn. Additionally, to spice the things up, I decided to make this game with blizzards. So we will see how it goes. This time I'm playing with one beginner rank player who is yellow, one intermediate rank player who is orange, and one expert difficulty bot which is blue. It's supposed to be another real player, but of course, someone always has to not ready up low. This is the capitals game. So I'm pretty sure the blue bot is going to give away his capital for whoever lucky player, so that player might get some good advantage against others. But not necessary, we will see how it goes. As always, wish me best of luck guys. I haven't played with capitals for ages, so I know I will need a ton of it low. Additionally, select one of the players and root for them. May the best player win. And for those who are not really familiar with Capital Conquest yet, let me explain the rules right quick. The rules are very simple. At the start of the game, players choose one of the territories to be their capital. The first player who conquers them all wins the game. In order to win, you do not need to take out every player of the game. Also, you do not need to capture all of the territories of the map. The main and only goal is to capture all of the capitals. When you have them all, you win the game. To be easier recognized, capitals are separated by the specific icon. So it's very easy to identify them. Each capital gives 2 additional troops per turn. So it's very important to hold and properly guard them. Also, differently than simple territories, capitals have 1 additional die when defending. Capitals have 3 dice instead of 2. So it's way harder to take down a capital comparing to a simple random territory. If you want to take down opponent's capital, then make sure you have at least twice as more troops, but personally I try to have at least 3 times more. I try to avoid attacking capitals unless if I really see it's needed or if I see that I can easily take one. And wow, what a start of the game guys. The yellow player is insane of getting these 3 areas which give him a ton of troops. He has Southwest which gives 4 troops, Pacific Coast which gives 2 troops, and Rocky Mountains which give 4 extra troops. So 10 extra troops for the yellow player for controlling these 3 areas, and plus he even has 2 capitals which give 2 extra troops each, and I'm not even mentioning the fact that he has a lot of territories which increase his troops bonus as well. While the orange player has Midwest area which gives 3 extra troops, and while I have Mid-Atlantic which give only 2 troops. So the balance of the game is really unbalanced in the favor of the yellow player. Also, additionally, the blizzards have really favored him. They make so much easier for him to defend his areas, especially the southwest one. So what I realized is if we don't attack the yellow player, then he quickly overgrow me and orange, winning the game quite easily. So as soon as the yellow player captured the 3rd area called Rocky Mountains, I straightly invaded him into it. If you see that one player is going to get too strong by holding lots of stuff, when it's the best to invade him in the same turn he captured it. As soon or later that player will have to be invaded anyways, so it's better to do it as soon as you can, before that player got ridiculously strong. So this is what I did, I invaded him into the Rocky Mountains, additionally making an alliance with the orange player, encouraging him to attack the yellow player as well. And thank God the orange player helped me to attack yellow. The orange player understands what we must team up against the yellow player, or otherwise he is going to dominate the game. Or who knows, maybe the orange player just wants to be a good ally and doesn't care about the orange player as much as I do. But who knows? In any case, he helped me attack yellow and that is so good. The yellow player isn't as strong anymore as he used to be, he is quickly losing his advantage and the balance of the game is kept being sustained. All of the 3 players pretty much have the same number of troops, so nobody has the tremendous advantage against others and we can relax. Well, some of you might wonder why did I say all of the 3 players instead of 4. Well, remember guys, we don't treat the computer players in the same way we treat our real opponents. Golden wisdom which lots of players tend to apply in their games. The computer players aren't really smart in this game, so it is very easy to defeat them after you deal with your real opponents, well unless you're basically dead. But if you're not, then it cannot be easier. So neither for me nor for orange or yellow it doesn't really matter how strong or weak the blue computer player is going to get, so we leave it alone without targeting it, as we do not consider it as possible threat at all. Well, now I was forced to attack 4 troops of the blue player since I didn't have to attack somewhere else, after getting a very terrible blitz roll trying to invade yellow. Well, probably after that I could have not attacked at all since it wasn't worth. But look guys, I'm pretty much don't have any troops in the middle of the map anymore. So if I get completely cleared out of there, then I will be totally blocked in my top right areas. If I do not want to attack orange, meaning that I won't be able to attack the yellow player anymore, so the orange player will have to do all of the dirty work for me. So while they fight I will just continue turtling in my areas and waiting till I have more troops than both of them combined. And the orange player won't be able to get mad on me of not attacking yellow since the only way of reaching out yellow for me will be by going through orange's areas and I'm pretty sure the orange player will rather have them not invaded. So yeah, anyways. It seems the orange player keeps dealing with the yellow player very well, and that is so good. Well, actually it is not so good. As now the player who gets the dominating position is orange. The yellow player only recaptures his areas while leaving yellow's areas untouched, so it's very easy for the orange player to invade the yellow player at the same time staying as the strongest player since he gets quite more troops than me. My areas are only give me 3 troops in total, while the orange's ones give him even 7 of troops. And wow guys, the orange player has even taken over one of the yellow's capitals so easily, so now he will be getting the more of the advantage over us and especially over the yellow player as no way yellow will be able to hold any of his areas anymore. And look at the troop counters guys, I and yellow are looking so weak right now towards the orange player. So after taking all of it into the account, I realized that it isn't worth to have the alliance with the orange player anymore. As if I don't attack him, then he will quickly overgrow me and yellow and just simply win the game soon. So this is why I decided to attack him. It's better right now, rather than he becomes so much stronger. Additionally I sent an alliance to the yellow player and told him to attack the orange player as well. To make an alliance with the yellow player was unnecessary at all. But I just want to get a trust of him. I want to make him believe that I took an alliance very seriously so he would help me crush the orange player even when the orange player will be drastically weakened and isn't as strong as he is now. Basically I just really want that the yellow player would break the balance of the game in my favor eventually soon. But how will it actually go I don't know. In case the yellow player somehow starts getting strong again and I stop attacking the orange player, then the yellow player could get mad and it can backfire me. But I doubt it could happen anytime soon, especially when he just crushed his biggest army into orange's capital, now only having 15 troops in total. The good thing is that the orange player still gets to keep the capital he took from the yellow player in the southwest. And at the same time is very good that the yellow player is still having his another capital in Pacific Coast. That basically means that nobody of them will be able to take over these 3 well-guarded areas by blizzards, as now they can invade each other so easily. And the best thing is that when they will be fighting each other over there, I could either turtle in my top right areas, or take care over the orange player over here. So in one way or another it's very good for me as I might become the strongest player very soon. Well, it's always the possibility that yellow and orange players will stop fighting each other and let hold the areas for each other. Well, in that case I will just have to accept that fact and most likely do the turtling strategy putting all of my troops into my capital. As I know that sooner or later they will still have to start attacking each other anyways. As you can see guys, the orange player didn't invade the yellow player in this turn, so now they might have the peace with each other. And if so, then it's not the best for me, as then I won't get the dominating position as easily as I thought. But on the other hand, it's not the end of the world as well. The yellow player is very weak and looks very dead, so actually it might be good if eventually he will have the same number of troops as the orange player, so then they will get to fight in a fair fight and I won't need to keep invading any of them. And oh no guys, don't say that I disconnected. It really sucks, as even though I have around the same number of troops as orange, I still think that my position in the game so much better and I can totally take over this game if everything goes according to my plan. I think I have very high odds to win this game. Alright guys. It seems I've got lucky to reconnect before the bot taking over me did any stupid things for me. Thank God I reconnected at the same second my turn has started lol. Like imagine the damage the bot could have done to me taking over me if I hadn't reconnected so fast. I'm pretty sure the bot taking over me would have fortified all of the army I had in my capital to somewhere else, so that capital would have been easily captured by orange, giving him the tons of advantage. And OMG guys. I cannot believe that the yellow player tried overtaking over orange's capital, lol. I really thought that they made an alliance and stopped attacking each other, so that is so good to know I was wrong. And to be honest, I have no idea why the yellow player decided to attack orange's capital when he had the same size army as orange's one. Capitals have an additional die when defending, so you do not really have high odds to take over opponent's capital when you're attacking it with the same number of troops. So the yellow player took quite a big risk and it didn't work out for him. To be honest, if I were him, then I wouldn't have even touched orange until he still would have let hold all of the areas. But now it seems the yellow player won't get to hold this area so easily anymore. But who knows, the orange player invaded only one of yellow's area instead of two. So I think he doesn't really want to fight yellow. I believe he just wanted to show yellow that if he attacks him, then he can attack him back easily as well. Anyways, let's see what the orange player is going to do. And oh no, come on orange, come on. How dare you to attack me into my areas? I thought you will let me hold them forever, lol. Well, I'm just kidding guys. I really thought that my areas will be straightly invaded back then, when I decided not to be orange's ally anymore and started to attack him. So I was actually surprised that the orange player let me hold both of the top right areas all of the time. On the other hand, he saw that these areas only give me 3 troops in total, so maybe he didn't really that much care. Or he maybe was very afraid to unleash my biggest army as he knew that it could be used against him. Or possibly he still wanted to sustain very good relationships with me, who knows. Anyways, I'm really happy that he is attacking the yellow player again. I think by attacking me, the orange player wanted to show that he wants to end conflict with him, showing that he will rather focus and attack me, another strong player. But the yellow player, by keeping his biggest army next to orange's capital, clearly showed that he doesn't want to end the conflict with him and is ready to attack him over again. So the orange player had no other choice but just to start attacking the yellow player again. As otherwise the orange player knows that then all of the troops the yellow player gets will be used against him trying to take down his capital. So the orange player saw the upcoming threat and tried to stop it. The orange player even fortified one of his big armies next to yellow's capital, but the yellow player added quite a good amount to it and now the orange player cannot really take over it anymore. The troops would just be purposely wasted. Either that, or the orange player wouldn't have enough troops left on his capital to properly defend it. And wow guys! I just only now noticed that I missed a perfect opportunity to take over the orange's capital in Midwest area. He only has 13 troops on that capital, and by fortifying his troops from this territory to this territory next to yellow, he just made me a perfect way to use my top right corner army to take down his capital lol. Seriously guys, how I haven't noticed it before. Well, good thing that I noticed it now and took that opportunity to drastically increase the advantage over my opponents. At first, I still wasn't sure if I had to take over this capital, but then I decided that I must too. It's the best move I could have ever done in this game, and sure thing I didn't miss it again. I see that the orange and yellow players are very busy with each other on left side of the map, so if they continue drastically focus on each other while leaving me alone, then I'm going to take over the game quite easily. But unfortunately for me, the orange player is smart and quickly realized it. He fortified one of his biggest armies next to me, so that I wouldn't be able to capture any of these continents around me. And that is very smart. Or maybe he is just done with this game and wants to suicide on me. If so, then it isn't very smart. Well, who knows, but we will see how it goes, guys. I think most likely he just wanted to regain one of the capitals from me. But actually no way he is going to successfully do it. Capitals have a very huge defending bonus, and the bigger army is, the bigger defending advantage the capital has. So if the orange player attacks into one of my capitals, then he will just simply waste his troops, becoming so much weaker. Well, he could combine absolutely all of his troops to one big army and then trying to blitz one of my capitals, but in order to do that, he would need to abandon his capital in southwest area. So no way he is doing that. Or will he? As he just combined all of the other armies into one, and the only big army left is in his capital in southwest. So maybe in the next turn he is going to fortify this army next to me as well. Well, I mean, he still wouldn't be guaranteed to win the blitz roll, and if he loses that, then the game is totally over for him. So no, I don't think he is doing that. And yeah guys, he isn't doing that. It seems he is going to try holding southwest area again. But the biggest question is whether the yellow player actually let him hold it. Well, if he won't, then the blue bot might attack. Well, too bad the blue bot just got invaded, but hopefully it recaptures southeast and put one of its biggest armies next to orange. Well, it probably won't. But let's see what the yellow player is up to. Whether he will still be attacking orange or he will finally stop. Alright, he just recaptured Rocky Mountains. And nice, southwest of orange has been invaded. It seems the yellow player doesn't want to be friends with the orange player, and that is so good to know. Well, to be honest, I don't think it was a great decision of yellow to invade orange. The orange player let yellow hold areas, and the yellow's areas combined gave yellow 2 more troops than orange's southwest. So the yellow player could let the orange player grow while focusing to properly guard Rocky Mountains against me. So eventually I would have become the weakest player, assuming the orange player would keep his army next to me over here all the time. But since the yellow player decided to attack orange, the orange player got mad and started to attack the yellow player into his areas as well. And what is the best for me is that the orange player finally fortified his biggest army out of my capital areas, meaning that now I will finally be able to capture some of the areas by myself, and potentially getting an advantage against these two players if they continue fighting each other, especially if they decide to crush their biggest armies into each other. Like if the orange player tries to take down the yellow's capital of even 53 troops in Pacific Coast. That would be so ridiculous, and that would basically give me the game. But as you can see, the orange player isn't that dumb, so the game continues. Well, on the other hand, he left some troops in the Pacific Coast, and that probably won't be appreciated by the yellow player at all. He could try taking these troops down. And if he does so, then it would be so great. I want that a conflict between them would grow into a big war, so they would start crushing themselves like crazy. While in the meantime, I will be holding all of the 3 areas around myself and grow strong. As you can see, I'm recapturing these 3 areas around myself and potentially hopping to hold them. I think it will really depend on the yellow player whether I'll be able to hold them, as the orange player is really blocked from me. Well, of course it will depend on the blue bot as well. So I'm not really sure what I should do with it. I let the bot grow strong since it would be a problem for orange, but it seems the bot became a problem for me rather than orange. But on the other hand, it would be not a wise decision to waste my troops on the bot. This is a capitals game, so all I need is to focus on the capitals, so if the blue player will be alive, it won't matter for me too much. Well, but only assuming the yellow and orange players are still going to continue fighting each other, and that is really unknown. So yeah guys, I will rather not let the bot hold all of the stuff it has. Of course I'm not gonna crush lots of troops of it, but we'll just simply invade its continents. As in case the yellow and orange players stop fighting each other, then I will be in a very disadvantageous situation by the bot building huge armies next to me and eventually crushing them into me later soon in the game. So no, I'm not letting the bot grow strong. Also you might noticed, I cleared all of the troops of the orange player out of the heartland area over here, so that the orange player would become blocked in southwest, meaning that every time he will either be forced to attack yellow into his areas, or to attack the bot in the southeast. And since the orange and yellow players are still fighting, I really think the orange player will continue targeting yellow. And it couldn't be better for me if so. While they continue invading each other, I will be able to grow strong by holding multiple areas in the top right corner of the map. I will just need to start attacking the blue bot for a little bit. So I consider I'm in a really good situation right now. While the yellow and orange players are busy with each other, I can continue focusing on eventually expanding even more and more. And OMG guys! OMG guys! I cannot believe that the yellow player attacked the orange player and even succeeded on him. Lol. Well, poor, very poor player called orange. The yellow player totally ruined the game for him. It was the least the orange player has expected. But oh well, I should be happy. I've just won this game. All what I need to do is just simply capture all of the capitals and I won this game. But wow guys! What an unexpected end. I really thought that I will win this game by eventually becoming the strongest player, much stronger than anybody else, with the time by capturing more and more areas, having more troops than both of them combined, and blitzing their capitals in a single turn, but of course before doing that, making sure that I have a decent amount of troops to do so. But wow guys! The game was totally gifted for me. The yellow player has had enough of it, so he just completely kamikazed himself lol. As always, special shout out goes to the members of the Risk Forever channel. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. If you guys enjoyed watching this video, then I would recommend checking some of these out as well. Watching more videos will help you progress faster,